Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and tonight you're watching another episode of Kicking It, but it's Kicking It with Ace and Mess Around Dave. How you doing tonight, Mr. Mess Around?
I'm good. Just finished up with dinner, and I'm ready to talk about some interesting stories that you found.
Absolutely. All right. And then, of course, we have a special guest with us tonight. Our special guest for the evening is none other than Mr. John Alcorn. How are you doing tonight, my man?
I thought you said your special guest was no, I'm just kidding. No, just happy to be here, and hopefully Adam doesn't have any more bad guests like he talked about before the show. No,
that was Del Taco's fault, man. That was Del Taco.
Okay, we can't say Taco Gate. We get it, but
yeah. So we're definitely not there. But like Mess Around said, I do have some great topics going for us tonight. I know, Mess Around, you chose to make it a surprise. You'd messaged me originally like, well, what do you got for me? And then I'm like, well, do you want it now or do you want to keep it a surprise? And Mess Around chose to keep it a surprise. So, but with that being said, John, are you ready to get going on our first topic tonight?
sure, I have no idea what's going to happen with the show. So, I mean, I brought my adult diaper in case I crap my pants or I laugh too hard. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you have Mess Around and I on the same show, so it's
Right.
so you never know where the show is going to go. I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah, it's true.
So with that, actually, our first one is, and John, I don't know how familiar you are with this. You know, Mess Around and I were talking about this a little bit before we went on, because we completed the docuseries of the Jeffrey Dahmer story. So one of our topics tonight to kick off the show was we're going to be talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. So, John, do you know really a whole lot about Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah, he's one of the sickest men on the planet. I mean,
Right? Yeah.
like,
Well,
I didn't
Let's say was.
but I didn't know anything really about him, and because I mean, when that was happening, I was probably 1 or 2 years old at best. So I mean, I didn't know anything until the Netflix documentary. So I mean,
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, did you get a chance to watch it though?
I haven't now.
Okay, well, if you get a chance to watch it, it's actually a really good series. It's welcome in, Christy. Yes, the show is back. We're glad to see you. Yeah, so it's kind of one of those things too. Like when it came out immediately, I was like, hey, I have to watch this. Like I knew I immediately had to watch it, and I knew that Mess Around was going to watch it too because it's kind of our thing. It's kind of things that we like. And what's up, Brandon? We hope you're having a good night too. So yeah, Christy, that's fine. If you want to join, that's fine. Mess Around. So your overall thoughts on this docuseries of Jeffrey Dahmer? I know people were like originally. This is what I will originally say. When the Jeffrey Dahmer series came out and they watched the first couple episodes or whatever, people were like, "I gotta stop watching because it was kind of cringe." I'm like, what was like? Look, I get that the guy was sick. He was a sick guy. Okay, we all understand, but there was really nothing in the series that kind of made it like super cringe.
Well, unless you're homophobic.
Well, no, I get that.
But the series is going to give you a lot of insight on what went on and like his thinking and whatever, and give you some insight in his childhood and stuff, him growing up, and dude was just one weird cat, man. Like just watching that series, I knew about it beforehand, but seeing the stuff that he did just made it even weirder.
You know, and look, I was kind of talking to the wife about this earlier, and people were talking about how, you know, how much the victims and everything suffered from Jeffrey Dahmer, and the victims' families and everything suffered from Jeffrey Dahmer. But the one though, and I get it, they probably did suffer, but the one thing that was completely overlooked with this whole thing, and you can see how much it affected Dahmer's mom, but imagine what his family went through.
Especially the father.
His grandma.
Especially the father, though.
I saw a clip of it on TikTok. Hats off to his grandma, though, because there was a clip where he's like, no, he's just sleeping, he'll be fine. Why don't you just go to bed, Grandma? She's like, no. She knows something is wrong, and she's gonna sit there and make sure that he's okay if he needs anything. Like, she's starting to put the pieces together, but not complete. And there's another scene I saw where he was about to get in a taxi with one of his next victims, and this, I don't remember who it was, but one of the guys, someone basically stopped him, and I was like, well, hats off to you. That's
well,
I don't want to say what I was going to say because that's bad timing, but that took some massive points to do that. I won't say the other one.
No, I get it, John. But the whole thing is, like, when you're watching this series and everything, the interesting thing about it is, like, his neighbor knew it the whole time. Like, his neighbor was like, yeah. So, what I mean though was, like, his neighbor could smell, like, she could smell the stench of the bodies, and she could hear him with hacksaws and things in his apartments, and she actually reported it multiple times to
over a dozen times or something like it. Yeah,
to the management of the apartment building, to the owner, to the cops. Like, she had reported it to everybody, and she kept saying, hey, something isn't right here. And she kept getting, okay, we'll stop by, we'll kind of check it out. And every time she talked to him, he was like, oh, I cooked some bad meat, I'll throw it out tomorrow. My fish died. Yep. My fish died, I'll throw it out tomorrow. It was always those like little excuses. And personally, like, he got away with it for a long time, like a very, very long time. And how he did it was just crazy to me. It's
gross.
Right? Yeah, it's something. So, Christy, did you get a chance to watch the docuseries of Jeffrey Dahmer?
I didn't get to watch it. I know there is a series. I think it has Niecy Nash in it as the neighbor. You're talking about a reported Dahmer's suspicious activity. Yeah, there's that. I've heard of it, but Dahmer just grosses me out. I mean, even hearing about it and everything. Sorry, it just gives me the creeps.
Well, so think about.
But I remember when this stuff was hitting the headline, it was all over the news and everything. It's like there's such shock going around. Like, wait, he killed these guys, and then he ate them. What the hell? He's like a real life Hannibal Lecter here.
Well, so this was another interesting part to me, because think about John Gacy, right? So
yeah,
John Gacy was kind of, close to being arrested at the same time. He was kind of the whole the killer clown is basically what it was. Yeah. So this is kind of what kind of got everybody, was that Gacy got executed. But Jeffrey Dahmer was sentenced to 900 years in prison.
He got murdered in prison.
Yeah.
In prison.
So he did get murdered in prison. But the thing about it was like, when he was sentenced to 900 years in prison, then people were like, well, Gacy was executed, so why was Jeffrey Dahmer not? And I think when it came down to it, the biggest thing from my understanding was the reason why Dahmer was not executed is simply due to the fact that he asked for it. He's the one who said, give me the chair. I want to be executed.
Right.
And so
what
everybody
state was
felt
Dahmer
like-
living in anyway?
What?
What state was Dahmer
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. So
living in? Wisconsin. Okay, so they
Yeah.
probably don't have the death. I don't know if they have the death penalty or not.
they did, but
Okay.
but the thing about it was they did not want to give it to him because he requested it.
Hmm.
That's why they didn't give it to him, because like that's kind of the easy way out at that point.
Yeah. And their thinking was, well, we'll make you suffer for the rest of your life by putting you behind bars for the rest of your life, and you can just die in prison.
So
Yeah. And then one of the inmates.
How ironic
takes care of it.
he ends up dead. Maybe
Well-
like, what was it, 1, 2, 3 years into his sentence, I think?
3 years.
3 years into his prison
Yeah.
sentence.
So mess around. Think about this. Like I was watching the ending part, with the wife when he's about to die. When the inmate is confronting him. The
Mhm.
thing that seemed interesting to me is like when you're watching it, I think he knew at that point that the inmate was gonna kill him, and so because he knew that the inmate was gonna kill him, he didn't even try and fight. He just stood there, just took the punch, and then when the inmate's like, "Yep, I'm gonna kill you," he just laid there. He didn't even try and fight it.
He's like, do
Yeah,
it.
that was kind of interesting because the inmate's like, God sent me here to kill you. I am God's vessel. I'm going to kill you.
Mhm.
And Dahmer didn't even say anything, didn't do anything, just took it. I think at that point, he just wanted to die.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, in reality, if you're Dahmer, is it going to matter? Like,
No.
to be perfectly honest, you're going to be in prison for 900 years anyways. You're not getting out.
Nope.
So, would you rather just sit there until you died, or would you have done the Dahmer thing and just stared at the guy and been like, okay, I guess if you're going to kill me, then you're going to kill me?
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm in line for prison. I mean, shoot me now. Why?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend every day in a small room with no freedom.
Yep.
So, John, let me ask you: would you have done the same thing as Dahmer when the mate comes and says, "I'm basically here to kill you," and he stood there and just took it? Would you have done that same thing?
Well, first of all, I think anyone would. Because at that point, you already know you're a psychopath, or was a psychopath, and still is a disgusting human piece of trash.
Hmm.
Like, there's no positive outcome from there. You've made your bed. Now you essentially laying in for those last couple of seconds. I mean, you know it's over. He knew he wasn't going to get away with it. The thrill for him, I felt, was how long can he get away with it until he gets caught.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're talking about like when he's in prison.
Mhm.
And
Well, of course, I think anyone would, because
Yeah.
your time's up. I mean, it was already up, but just delaying the inevitable in a prison.
right? I mean,
And I read a story about the guy that actually killed Dahmer. He didn't want his name to be known because he didn't want to like everybody be thanking him for doing it and whatnot. And he said the reason that he killed Dahmer is because Dahmer would go in the cafeteria and make jokes about the food tasting like human. And he'd make like gross figures out of his food in the shapes of humans. And it just made the inmates sick and they got tired of it. So he killed them for that reason.
Oof. Yikes.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Well,
It does.
all right. Anyway, so that was kind of our kickoff. I know Mess Around in that, and I've been wanting to talk about that for a while now. So it was kind of one of those things. I just kind of threw it out there.
Yeah.
But now going into our next topic, this one might be a little interesting.
Hmm.
So it's kind of a question, and this kind of might be a little bit of thinking thing. But before we do that, Brandon actually asked a question. He said, if you could ask him one question, what would you ask him?
What the hell were you thinking?
I'd ask him, did it taste like chicken? Just kidding.
I would ask him, what the hell were you thinking?
He was sick though. Like
Yeah.
he really, really was sick. I think he had something in his brain that was not right.
Right.
And so I think that's what it was.
Like kind of like a chemical imbalance or something like
yeah,
that.
I really
That
think
might have explained why he was he had a drinking problem. He had an alcohol problem. Was the chemical imbalance?
right.
I'm just guessing though.
No, it makes sense. All right. Well, going into our next topic here. So this is kind of a fun one here.
Oh.
So if you had $5, okay, and you had to make the $5 last basically for 24 hours, okay, and you just had $5, and that basically that's what you were going to use to eat on all day. How would you do it? How would you turn $5 into 3 meals?
Easy. I don't like using the R word, but I'm going to use it now. Ramen, and more ramen, bro. Because I lived it last year. Because when I first moved here, I was a freaking substitute teacher, and so we didn't make $900 every 2 weeks, and then you have costs that come up. So I literally had ramen. One night I had like cheese for dinner because it was rough, but ramen, literally, because like you get one of them for like 25-30 cents, and you get these flavored waters for like 60 cents. So I mean that alone is like what, maybe $1 or $2. Well, if you really would go to their McDonald's, I don't like McDonald's, but like in the app there's deals, and when you're on a budget, that $1 is like a lot, because like I tell people, I'm on a Walmart budget, not a Target and Apple Store budget. So clearly, $5 you guys can make go a long way.
I don't even think you can go to McDonald's and get a dollar menu anymore. Like everything's close to like $2 now.
Well,
yeah,
they
I mean
have
you can get a
deals, like-
soft drink for $1.
Yeah, but
And then you can go
Other
to
than that, the
Sonic.
food items, no, you can't get them for $1
You
anymore.
can go to Sonic and get like $1.20, $1.30 large soda or like
Oh.
water or something.
yeah.
And then on top of that, you can get pasta for like less than $1. Put that in some boiling water. So the
Just
sauce like
cook it
two, and then you have like 2 or 3 meals of pasta or more for under $3.
I mean, yeah. So like when you think about it though, too, like if you like water, because I love to drink water. Like that's one of the big things I do. I drink water. I don't really drink a whole. I might drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning. Other than that, it's a lot of water throughout the day. So when it comes to drinks on $5, I'm like, hey, I got water. I'm good with that. I've got my water. I can survive with water. As far as food, I think about like Dollar Tree, right? And I'm like, okay, what could I make it work to help it last all day on $5? I'm like, simple. Well, one thing at Walmart that they have is eggs, right?
Yeah.
So I go buy a 6-pack of eggs. Boom, you have breakfast. It's only $1.25 right there, and you're not going to eat 6 eggs for breakfast. So boom, you have that. And even if John's like, okay, you go buy some ramen, absolutely, you could do that. And you could actually take a little bit of the eggs and you could actually mix it with the ramen too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
I've heard of people that do that.
So good. You get that yolk mix in with the ramen. Oh,
right. I think for some people though, it would be really, really tough because like budgeting is not for everybody. But if you have $5,
yeah, I don't know how to do that.
I
But-
kind of suck at it.
but if you have $5, you have to make it last all day. You're gonna find a way to do it. Heck, you could go buy a pack of hot dogs at Dollar Tree for $1.25.
Maybe because this is an easy cop out for me. Yeah, I'll do the ramen or the pasta for like $1. But sometimes I'm like, hey, I got family nearby. What's up? What you got? And like, we hang out and then there's food. Then I'm like, okay, I don't go there to hang out just for the food. That's not the reason. But like, they always offer. And so like half the time when I had or still have a Walmart and Dollar General budget, if there is anything there for $1, then it worked out.
See, John, I'm kind of with you on that aspect, but there's kind of a rule that I have in my home, especially if like mess around or somebody comes to visit. Like my overall rule is like the first time you come to visit me, I'm like, okay, you are a guest at that point. But the second time, if you look at me and say I'm hungry, I'm like, you have two freaking legs.
Right? Like I just walk in the kitchen to see if what's in there to eat. I don't even have to work.
Get dressed in the kitchen, find something to eat. I'm not wasting.
Go make yourself a sandwich or whatever you want
Right.
I'm I'm not your slave. Go make yourself food.
to do.
Except sometimes you're like, oh, dude, you're eating that? That was the kids.
Right. Oh well.
Wow.
It is what it is. You know, you find lunch meat or whatever. It's yeah, it's there. It's so good. So lunch meat is another thing though too. Off $5, there's so much stuff you can do. And so Brandon's saying, wait, what, eggs and ramen? So it sounds like he's never had eggs and ramen.
I never
you're
had
missing
it
out.
either.
You're missing out.
It's actually pretty dang good.
It's really good.
Never tried it. I used to eat ramen.
I like to put some Parmesan in with it too. Parmesan
Ooh.
cheese.
Oh yeah,
it's so
you
good.
got Parmesan cheese, steak
Yeah.
seasoning, all that other stuff.
I
So
used to take leftover baked chicken and I would tear it up and put it in my ramen and cook it up with some frozen veggies.
well, I think so if you had chicken, so let me ask you, Chris, if you had $5 and you're trying to make it last, what's one of the first things you would buy if you're like, okay, I need to make this $5 last me all day to make all my meals? What's one of the first things you would get?
Well, first of all, I'd go to Dollar Tree first of all and try and see what can I get with $5 that'll last me through the day. And I know ramen is one. Ramen is definitely one. And I would check and see what else do they have that can sustain me for the day.
Well,
Maybe some pasta, maybe can of some sort of veggie, maybe like corn or maybe some green beans, something like that. It's just, and maybe I don't know.
so Brandon's saying, so scramble the egg first and then add ramen. Well, I mean, it's
Not too bad.
kind of up to you. Like,
It's like over easy, I think, is the
Well-
popular one.
Oh, really?
well, yeah, but or you can cook the ramen. Then once you cook the ramen, you throw it back in a frying pan, and then you just crack open the egg, and you put the egg on top of the ramen, and then you sit there and you stir it around in the pot, and then the egg cooks inside the ramen, and you add the seasoning on top of it.
Huh. Never thought of that.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's actually,
I'll add nice whiskers.
right. Yeah, you sound like that. Yeah. So I mean, if you're on a budget, you got creative.
Mhm.
Mac and cheese. I mean, you could even go
Ooh,
with
definitely
mac and cheese.
Yeah, you can do I know some grocery stores sometimes have like a really cheap boxes of mac and cheese for like $1 or something like that.
Yes.
And they're not bad.
Well, okay. So the Dollar Tree is actually $1.25 now.
I was gonna say
No,
that,
I
yeah.
meant like I never have seen anything, and I say that, and I live in Houston. I have not seen anything under $2 or $3 there at the Dollar Tree. That's why I generally ask that. That's like I have never seen in a long time
Oh.
something for $1 there.
No, it actually used to all be $1. When you went
They
there,
did.
they would never have anything over $1.
Exactly.
But now they actually raised it to $1.25. So now you won't see anything over $1.25. But
Yep.
Yeah, it was so funny because back when it was $1, it's sort of the mayor of our town used to be my teacher, and I saw him one day, and he's like, "Here, take my card. Take it to Dollar Tree. Anything in there's $1 to show him my card." It was a joke for him, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I saw something in there at the Dollar General. I'm like, dude, that's $5 to $8, bro. Like, I just want to make sure I was looking at it right. I'm like, once you get to some of the weird sections in Dollar General, now guarantee you that's it. The lights are on. I mean, shoot, the ones I've been on, the lights look like they're in a horror movie. I mean, all the
Oh
lights are on,
no.
halfway
Right.
on. I mean, I wouldn't wish that
Creepy.
job on my worst enemy.
yeah. Yeah. Well, Going into our next topic here, and this one you might have to use your thinking brain just a little bit with this one.
Okay.
And this one is, so you're going to think about all, and generally, we don't usually mention the word sports in this show. So we're not actually talking about like games or anything like that. But what we're doing with this one is you're thinking back to like all the sports movies you have watched. Okay, and you have to make a sports movie celebrity team with these positions. So you have to make a quarterback, you have to make a running back, you have to make 2 receivers, and then you have to make a tight end. So what I mean by that is by a sports movie celebrity is you're actually going to go by the actual like celebrities, not their real name, but what their character in the movie name. Oh yeah, and a coach. You actually have to pick a coach too. So
Okay.
So for me personally, when I was thinking about this, I'm like, okay, if I wanted to start out with anything, and I had to make a quarterback. Number one, my quarterback, Uncle Rico. Okay, I'm taking Uncle Rico as the quarterback. You know why? Because he can throw a football over the mountains. That's why. If you ask Uncle Rico, he can do that.
Mm.
So, do you know who I'm talking about, Uncle Rico?
Yeah,
No.
from Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Okay,
Uncle
that's
Rico?
probably why.
Yeah, Uncle Rico. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, if the coach would have put me in, we would have won state. There's no doubt in my mind.
Nah.
I could probably throw a football over the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So, Uncle Rico would definitely be my quarterback. Willie Weathers off of the Gridiron Gang would be my running back. Clifford Franklin off the Replacements would be my first receiver. I know he doesn't have the best hands, but he's got speed, and so I need somebody else with speed out there. My other receiver, I really have to really think about that. I'll give you that in a minute. But my coach would be Jack Lingle from We Are Marshall.
Hmm.
All right, mess around.
My quarterback,
Yeah, your quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a coach.
I'm gonna go with my quarterback is gonna be Shane Falco, which is Keanu Reeves from the Replacements.
Gotcha.
And then my running back is gonna be Meggett from The Longest Yard, played by Melanie.
How did I forget? Okay.
My coach is gonna be I can't remember his name, the Waterboy coach. He was played by Henry Winkler.
Yeah. Coach Klein.
Coach Klein, yeah, Coach Klein is my coach. My tight end is gonna be the deaf kid from that same movie. I don't know the actor's name.
Excuse me.
My receiver is gonna be I don't know the character name, but Michael Irvin from The Longest Yard.
Oh, Deacon Moss.
Yeah, and then the second one, God, I don't know the second receiver. I'll have to think about that one.
All right. John, how about you?
My quarterback would have to be what's his name? Paul Crew.
Paul Crew. Okay, you're taking Paul Crew. Gotta go.
My kicker or long snapper, whatever you want to call it. I just shout out is would be Happy Gilmore, because I mean this is the sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Now my tight end would be John Cena, or his character he played in one of his movies. It was some movie that some like child movie, whatever. But like the way he's built in that movie, like he's playing like a dad, but like the way he's like a WWE guy. So and then running back, Honestly, it would be what's his name, or it'd be either tight end or running back. It would be a character Dwayne Johnson played in the movie called The Game Plan from 2005.
Oh yeah.
It is called Joe Kingman.
Yes.
Mm.
Joe Kingman.
So he would have to be like the running back or fullback for my team because I mean, yeah, we know he played college, but like in the movie, he played I think it was like quarterback or something. you know?
Right.
Yeah, he did.
But
Yeah.
that would be interesting because you think you got Paul Crew, and then you have
Yeah, what? So you already took a quarterback with Paul Crew. So then if you take Kingman too, are you going to move him to a different position?
he would be like a running back or like a maybe like a second tight end because you need a blocker. You really need a guy to block because if the offensive line's not doing their job, you need a blocking tight end. So I'm telling you, that's super helpful.
Okay.
Unless you're the Browns or the Texans, then you don't need it. But
Okay.
Ouch.
I'm taking Sanders as my other receiver from that movie.
okay.
Kingman's receiver. I'm taking Sanders.
Okay.
So
I got
who
my
was your
second
coach,
receiver.
John? Who was your coach, John?
Coach Kevin James because he played Sean Payton. Sorry, but no,
Kevin
honestly, I don't know. Like, I would have to think there's a movie called Radio. It was a football movie.
Yes. Great
That
movie.
one because that one's my favorite sports movie because that's what football's about, regardless of who you are or what you're going through.
Mhm.
I can't remember the coach's name. I have to look it up real quick, but it's the head coach there because essentially he's just representing what football's about. No, his name is Coach Jones. Okay, Coach Jones. I would want him as my coach.
I got my second receiver,
Okay.
and I can't believe I didn't think of this because it's my favorite movie. Rod Tidwell from Jerry
Oh!
Maguire,
Oh,
played by
Jerry
Cuba
Maguire.
Gooding Jr.
Jerry
Oh, my
Maguire.
goodness.
yes.
Yep.
So Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh my gosh.
How did I not? Oh, Jerry Maguire just completely escaped my mind. I didn't even think about that one.
Shocking.
And Brandon saying his would be Willie Beeman as his quarterback,
Mhm.
and then Meggett, and then Jimmy Saunderson, and then his coach would be Al Pacino. Huh?
Yeah, I
Hey,
think it's Al
man.
Pacino's character from the movie Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Christy, how about you?
Okay, my quarterback would actually be, and I don't remember his name, but Jamie Foxx played him in Any Given Sunday. So there's that. My
Okay.
head coach would be the Tony D'Amato, Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday. Oh my God, this is so hard. Wide receivers. Deacon Moss, definitely one. Did not think of this very carefully. I did not think this through at all. Oh,
Well, none of us said he was going to put on spot, so.
thanks, Big. Yeah, Big B just said Jamie Foxx played Willie Beeman in Any Given Sunday. I didn't know that.
what about a guy named Ricky Bobby? He would be like a
Ricky Bobby.
with a Will Ferrell character, but he played like a NASCAR.
Yeah.
There's
kind of-
another
he'd be
receiver,
like a-
too, that nobody used. I
Right.
thought that they'd use Hot Hands from the Little Giants,
Hot Hand Hanen. Yep.
right?
And then,
Or Spike. Spike. You could use Spike too
yeah,
as
that
the
too.
running back.
That'd be nice.
Icebox.
The Icebox, yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's pretty much it for you.
I think that's it. I don't watch a lot of football movies, so I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I don't blame them. They usually play terrible for the most part.
Brandon's like Spike was a pussy. I'm like, okay. Like Icebox.
Oh, you said, oh my God.
What?
I'm so sorry. I heard something else.
I'm surprised nobody used Tweeter from Friday Night Lights.
Oh, shoot.
I wish I'd seen.
No, Tweeter is from Varsity Blues.
That's what
Oh,
it
yeah.
was. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised nobody used him.
Yeah, there's Charlie Tweeter.
That.
There's their running back was Brown. They had another tight end in Gonzalez, and then John Locke was the quarterback. Yeah, I don't know why.
Jake Vanderbeek. Yeah, he said, "I don't want to live your life."
That's such a
That's what he
great
said.
movie.
Playing football at West Canaan was your life, and I don't want your life.
Love it. Love it. That was cool.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob. Yeah, I love Billy Bob.
Yeah, the only football film I ever watched was The Water Boy, and that was because I was laughing through a good chunk of it.
This isn't the play where I run downfield and act like I'm lost, is it?
Yeah.
School.
No, that's for the Browns receivers to do.
Yeah. Oh, look, ball. Just catch the ball.
You get the ball and then go down the field. Yeah.
I like her and she likes me.
Right? Yeah. It's like catch the ball, catch it. Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, that was a great movie. So
Yeah.
Tweeter was definitely another one too. So there's actually a ton of options out there that we definitely overlooked.
Yes.
Trainer just kind of popped in my head like there at the last minute. I'm like, wow, nobody used him.
Right. I can't believe it either. Oh, now I'm so disappointed because, well, I guess Tweeter will be on my bench, so I'll bring him in off the bench. Tweeter, you're coming in off the bench, my man. Charlie Tweeter. So if you really had to think about it, like, one of my wife's favorite sports movie of all time is Major League.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, classic, right? The first one was great. The second one was great. Back to the Minors is like a very underrated one too.
Back to the Minors is a movie that should never be made. It was terrible.
What? You didn't like that one?
No.
Oh, I thought Back to the Minors was actually good. So
The only
Brandon
major thing I liked about Major League was the pitcher coming out to "Wild Thing."
dun, dun, you make my heart sing.
That's the one.
Yeah, Rick Vaughn.
Rick Vaughn, Charlie Sheen.
Brandon says, how about the running back from the program?
Yeah, I
never
don't
saw that movie.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Up your butt, Joe Boo. It is bad to drink Joe Boo's rum. Very bad.
Now I gotta start watching some of this stuff here.
Yeah, I like you mentioned these movies and like so many scenes just run through my head.
Yeah.
They're all there. And so Brandon is saying, finally your wife has good taste with Major League. So
She.
Yeah.
right. So I don't know if I sent this video to you or not, mess around. I was gonna send you this video before. I might have sent now, John, I do believe I sent this one to you. When I saw it, I'm like, what kind of crap is this? Like, they basically called it, and you may have watched it when I sent it to you, but they basically called it like the world's cheapest family.
Oh my god.
Oh, that stuff is nasty. You can
Yeah.
I ain't shit.
No,
Didn't
yeah,
see it
so,
either.
What's
yeah,
that saying to me?
so
So-
gross.
basically what it was this mom came out, she was talking about it. She was like, yeah, you know, I'm cheap and my husband's cheap, and so she's like, so to save a lot of money, and I'm watching this, I'm like, how's this going? So basically to save a lot of money, what they do is they use cold water in the bathtub, they run it one time, and then everybody has to use the same water. So the dad bathes first, and then the mom will bathe, and then the kids will bathe like right after.
I think
Wasn't that
it'd
the
be
same
sick.
family that had one of the rooms that were lights were turned off because they didn't want to pay the
Yeah,
light
yeah.
bill?
And so they lived in they live in a 3-bedroom trailer, and they keep one half of the trailer is like completely like closed off, and they only keep one half open because they want to make sure that they're not heating the entire trailer. So basically what they do is they have 4 people who live in the same house, so they only have one bedroom that they use, and they all sleep in the same bed.
Oh,
It's like, what the?
what in the name? What in the hell?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Talk about things that make you look.
Dude,
Yep.
I've been on a budget, but I am not gonna go around smelling like booty hole and butt crack just
Nope.
because my family is dirty. That's nasty. I
That is
saw
nasty.
one Adam where whatever they were making for dinner, it looked, first of all, gross. I mean, my God,
Kidding.
what if they like? No, what is wrong with you? Like that? No, I'm judging you. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
At least sounds like it.
It is. Well, the son went on there, and when they were trying to interview him, he was making a comment, and the son's like, yeah, it'd be nice every now and then to be able to, take my own bath or shower to where I don't have to use somebody else's water, because he's the third one in line. So his dad goes, and his mom goes, and then the son goes. So it's
Yuck.
and so
Disgusting.
yeah, but this is the crazy thing too. So as I'm watching this, I'm like, it was just getting more and more like weird, and I was like, how can this get any weirder than what it already is? So
Yeah.
it even got weird to where the lady explained she doesn't buy toilet paper. What she does is she goes to the local stores and she gets any free newspapers that they have. And
What?
they use newspapers.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
and after they use them, they don't throw them away because they don't want to have a trash bill. So they throw them in a bag once it's filled, and then they take it outside and burn it.
No,
I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
dude, they're gonna be like those dogs that rub their butt on the carpet. They just scooting around. They're called scooting across. They're skeeting across the carpet, going skirt, skirt. Because no, that's disgusting.
It
The
is
worst
disgusting.
I've done is use a paper towel when there was nothing in there. But even then, that lady. I hope that lady is divorced. I hope she's single and has no kids, because clearly, I wouldn't. Do not give that lady a handshake. Do not give her a high five. Don't give her a hug, because you may hug and make it poop on your hands. That's disgusting.
Understand, John. Understand. It isn't just her. Like, she
The
is
husband
married.
with it too.
She
Oh
has
my God!
kids.
My God! Now we know who runs the pants in the family, and it's neither of them, because they can't wear pants because they got another continent on their ass. I mean, my God.
It is.
Sorry, that's just gross.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
with you
When I
there.
saw that, I'm like, I saw that, and I was like, dude, that's like, look, I might be cheap in certain
Nasty.
areas, but I'm not going that route.
No.
That's
Like,
just
you're,
nice.
yeah, and so a lot of like what they eat, apparently, like a lot of it is like roadkill and things like that. So
Seriously?
Ew.
yeah, that's what the lady was saying. Like, they find their food and stuff like that, and it's just like, yeah.
Do either of the parents work?
You know, that question, I personally can't answer that question.
I
don't
think
know.
they're Amish because they don't believe in that. Because how do you? That's gross. If you're working and you still can't afford that, then clearly you're not good with your money.
But that question was never answered, so I don't know.
Right.
Like I can't tell you whether
They
they
probably don't. They probably get Social Security or some shit. Free handout,
Welfare.
government handout.
I mean,
Something.
I'm like, I doubt that they're working because that, or you, what are you doing with your money? Because I doubt you have any savings because if you're eating roadkill, clearly,
No.
and you invited friends over, clearly, clearly.
I wouldn't
Well,
go over. They
you're not-
invited me. I'd be like, no, thank you.
Well, I can tell you after watching like some of that though, if their friends are seeing that, they're probably like, yeah, I'm not gonna go over and visit.
Hey,
Yeah,
Billy Bob, you want to come sit night with me? No, I'll pass.
no, you won't have friends at that point because that's
Right.
disgusting.
Probably not.
Like, okay, so my personal thing is this. Like, I'm sitting there thinking, right? Like, it looked like they had like a little, like a kind of like a younger baby is kind of what it looked like. I don't know, but I think that's what it looked like. So I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm trying to figure this out because you have one bed, y'all four share the same bed. So when it came around to like naughty time, is like the mom and dad like look at kids going, hey kids, if you could just turn over and close your eyes just really really quick here.
Oh my god!
God.
You know, like, seriously.
Wait a minute. There's no ghost in your room. Ooh, ooh. Oh, it's not a
Hey,
ghost.
kid, can you go to the cold half of the house for a little bit?
Go
You
take
know,
a
the
shower.
focus goes off.
I promise you, it's not an earthquake. It's an.
No, like
Right.
in my mind, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking that I'm like, how? Like,
They wait until he falls asleep.
I mean, I
Right.
saw one of them. There was a lady. She wanted to save money going to the dentist. She had her husband get some of the tools and stuff, and they took the tooth out herself. I'm like,
Yeah. It's the same lady. It's the same lady.
oh, that's right. And it's like, first of all,
Yeah, it was that lady.
no, I don't want to say that because that would be rude. But that's disgusting. I'm all for saving money. Just because I have a Walmart budget doesn't mean I need to have under Walmart. Like, no, that's disgusting. I don't want. If you're smelling like booty and you have the opportunity to take a shower, take a freaking shower.
Yeah,
Exactly.
which
They clearly have the resources. They just don't use it.
yeah, I mean that's because the way that she explained that she took out her teeth was with a chisel and something else. She said that she would put the chisel against her tooth and she would kind of like chisel it out until it popped out, and then and she was like, yeah, she's like, yeah, at times you would chisel too much and it would like be painful, and she's like, it would kind of like knock you out, but you would come back to and you would just keep doing it, and you're like, what? Like you would just keep doing it?
I'm
Wow.
thinking, thank God I go to the dentist. No.
People would.
No, ugh.
I've personally never seen anything like that. Like I'm saying, like this was one of the ones that I was watching. I'm like, how? How?
That's
Like,
just- wow.
I tell people it's okay to be cheap to a certain degree,
Yes.
but not like that.
Nope. I mean,
That's
my
good
husband
enough
is
so far.
frugal, but it's not to that level.
No.
Well, to a certain degree, you do have to be cheap to a
Yeah.
certain degree. You know, you do have to know how to kind of save money on certain aspects in your life and things like that. But
I do that.
there's a certain time to where it's like, okay, maybe this one is just not it.
Yep.
Oh,
If
100%.
you're gonna be that cheap, why don't you just be like those fucking? Excuse me, sorry. Why don't you just be like those crazy coupon ladies that coupon and get stuff for free?
Extreme couponers.
I used to be a cashier at Walmart, and I'd see people walking. They have a cart full of stuff,
Mhm.
and they would coupon everything, and they'd pay like $1 or $3 for a whole basket full of stuff.
Oh my God.
It's
I was a
crazy.
cashier at Hardee's, and we used to have this one guy who came in. He came in with a huge stack full of Hardee's coupons, pinned together with a paper clip.
Oh my
And some of
god.
this stuff was expired. And we'd have to
Oh,
honor the
expired.
coupon. So if you wanted like a third pound thick burger for like $2.99, you had the coupon for it, we would have to honor it.
I'm like, sir, no, how would I say this? Did you poop your pants? No, I didn't. Well, because you're full of crap. Get that out of here. No, I just like, that's so gross. I get being on a budget, but
Yeah.
not to the point where you're sacrificing your health for it. That's just being,
Right.
because you're gonna end up
It's
paying more in the future to take care of it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, what is that? That's no, no, thank you.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's definitely Whew.
It's really, really, really bad.
Well, yeah, I just had to bring that up because it was kind of a funny one that I saw, and John,
It's what it is. It's not funny. It's gross.
Yeah. So Isaiah just left a comment, but he's talking about his like man of the week and Will Rogers
Yeah, I just saw it up. Like,
So-
thank you.
Wait, what
You're
happened?
welcome.
What happened?
Mississippi State, I think, lost.
No.
Suck it,
No,
Isaiah.
Robert.
You talked all that bull crap. You talked the crap about the Longhorns. How about you just suck it? You talked
Yeah,
all
easy,
that
bro.
mess. You talked all that mess. Will Rogers. Oh, he's going to win the Heisman. He's going to take him to the championship. Well, how about that crap? I'm pretty sure you're a toilet or your toilet is flushed because you're full of crap. I tried to tell you, he's a fraud. All right, this is what you get. This is what you get. I'm sorry, but I had
That's all right.
No, I love when you go on rants. It's awesome.
no. You talk all that crap. We're 5-2. Why don't you go be like no? I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Just
No, don't
continue.
say it. Don't say it.
I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that Isaiah's like, hey, I'm moving a jet bridge to the plane while watching this right now.
Ears and
maybe we should focus-
earbuds in, buddy.
Maybe
Sir,
we should focus on
don't, because that could be a critical mistake. Please be very careful.
focus on the job, okay?
Focus on the
Right.
job, please, Isaiah.
Because
You have more topics, Adam?
no, we're pretty much done here anyway.
So I got a quick one for you.
Okay.
And you might find this interesting or whatever. But I was reading this story. I'm not sure, it might have been true. Maybe it's not made up. Maybe it's made up. But this guy did work at Burger King for 27 years. Didn't miss a day of work. You know what Burger King got him for a gift?
Oh my god, yeah, he had like a keychain or something. It was stupid.
They got him some lifesavers, a movie ticket, and something else. And they posted it online and went viral. And they
Oh
set
my
up
God.
his daughter sent up a GoFundMe page because all he wanted was a trip to go see his grandkids. They lived in different states.
Oh.
David Spade donated $5,000 to it
Ooh.
and sent him a video.
Oh, cool.
And then he was on the Today Show,
mm-hmm.
and they flew his family in to see him. Which
Oh,
is
that's
really
great.
Oh, that's so nice.
Burger King can kiss my butt. That's like
yeah.
that's why I
This
don't
is
miss-
nasty.
like I've worked in fast food. That was the worst job for some reason. I remember that boss's name to this day, and every single person there. No.
And there's a lot of comments like, there's your problem. You were there for 27 years. Why did you try and find something better? Well, the reason he didn't is because they had such good health care.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he was a single father of 4 kids. That was 2 at first, and then he got remarried. And they had 2 more. But that health care took care of his kids, so he couldn't leave. And that's why he stayed there for 27 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting story. What would you do if you worked someplace like that and they gave you that for 27 years of experience that you're not missing a day, calling in sick?
Probably.
I'd be pissed.
So would
I'd be
I.
like, you kidding me?
Like, this is what I get for all those years coming in, even when sick.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? And this is the thanks I get. Screw you.
But
guys.
in the video, he was smiling. He was happy about it. He didn't take it the wrong way. He's like, "Oh, thank you," and he's really appreciative.
Still, he deserved better.
Well,
I just thought that was kind of
I mean,
interesting.
right. No. You were definitely right. That's definitely an interesting story. Something that I think a lot of people would be pissed off if that
Oh, yeah.
happened. But we're definitely at that mark now to where it's pretty much it for us. So we can kind of give our final thoughts. So mess around. I'll go ahead and start with you. What are some of your final thoughts?
Well, you know, it's as usual. It's about time for me to go to bed. I didn't get a nap again today, so actually, I did. I slept until like 2:00 this afternoon.
Jesus. All right.
I think I'm too
Wow.
tired because I got too much sleep.
That
All
could
right.
be it.
And then Christy.
Thanks for letting me join the show. It definitely was an interesting show, and I miss this. I do miss this show. I hope it comes back more often.
Well, it will be. All right. And then John.
John.
Oh my
John.
Dead God, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch AT&T in the throat.
Oh shit!
Like, dude, it disconnected my audio and whatever. It's
Oh no!
just as bad as Iowa State's quarterback not protecting the football. But no, it's just happy to be on, and it was a good show. Also, screw Mississippi State.
We definitely want to thank everybody for watching. It's been another fun episode, and of course, you can catch more of our shows coming this week. Tomorrow is the morning tailgate, and then Between the Ropes tomorrow night. So, with everybody, with that being said, everybody have a fantastic night. Enjoy some nice NFL Sunday, and we will see you all next Saturday for another episode of Kicking It. Have a good